So welcome to my channel. If you've not been here before, it's where I talk about twin flame process. These are the readings for April 2021, and these readings are, you can watch these, you can watch all of them if you want. They are by sign. I feel really strongly actually this month. They're corresponding more to moon signs for some reason, because when I started doing the first one, they started talking about the moon, and also in the second one as well. So yeah, I think you probably want to watch your moon sign and your sun sign, at least that. And also ascendant is good. Watch your twin sign. Watch them all. There's all good information in all of them. And if you wanted to get a personal reading, all the details are in the box below. And what else did I want to say? Yes, that's it, I think. I'll get on with the readings now. Lots of love. Take care. Bye. Hi, this is your reading for April 2021. Okay, so for Gemini, what do we need to know? Okay, they're showing me like a cross shape, an X, but it's made of two things and I can't quite see what they are. They look like a spade and a fork. I have no idea what that would mean. I'll have to get the cards out and have a look. Cross. I think it's talking about getting about in nature, because one of them's a spade. Yes, they're talking about getting out in nature because it's a spade and a fork like you would use in a garden. They're also showing me like an arrow flying and a windmill. I feel like you've got to like get outside and move, because your movement is required, you know, like physical movement. Moving around would be good for you this month for the energetic connection. So sometimes the physical represents the energetic, right? So it's like you moving quite a lot outside, it's actually going to move the energetic connection along. So just to know that, right? There was a lot of periods when I had to get out and run in the hills, because it gets the energy moving, right? So just know that. Okay, let's have a look at this and see what. Run like the wind. That's what the arrow and the and the windmills telling me. Let's have a look. The Six of Swords, letting go. Yeah, because letting go can be done through physical movement. It's like as you run, you know, as you move, you're coming into better and better energy. Let's have a look. Tortoise. So you run as fast as you can. If you only go as fast as a tortoise, that's all right. Separation coming out, Five of Pentacles. That's about the separation. Let's have a look. And Ten of Pentacles, which is completion in the physical world. Letting go of separation. So conclusion in the physical world. So this is all about reunion here. I feel the reason they're telling me, you know, when I talk about these things, right, every guidance, right, the guidance that I get sees reunion literally like the next moment happening, because the guidance that I get tells me what to do in the moment for the reunion to happen, right? So it's always, that's why it always appears that reunion is about to happen, because they're always trying to get you there, right? So they're always telling you what you need to do to make the reunion happen. But I know from experience that that's not necessarily the reunion is going to happen in the next moment. But the only way they can get you to do what you need to do in the moment for the reunion is to tell you the reunion is going to happen in the next moment. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. Otherwise, you would complain like I've done in the past and say, well, if it's not going to happen for another 3 years, then I'm not just doing anything that you tell me to do, right? Which is the ego actually fighting, and that is not the scenario they want. So they're telling you here to get moving because it's going to bring in your reunion. But I can't tell you that's going to happen this month, that reunion. But all I can tell you is that the guidance says that you moving this month will bring in your reunion. Now, for some people, this might mean that you're moving house, or you're moving location even, or you're putting in steps now to let go of where you've existed and move to a different place. Where you have you're ending your separation, there's a whole process in the physical world that has to take place in terms of separation. And every time your guidance tells you to move in whatever direction that they want you to move, it's about your reunion. And a lot of the time people resist this stuff because it's like you've got your ego, where they're showing the cross, right? They've got the ego and the higher self, right? And your higher self is where you just go with your guidance, but your ego is where you fight that. So it's like, don't fight higher self. So yeah, some of you, it could be just going out for a run, but I feel it's a much bigger thing actually in terms of a lot of people. When you come to the end of this process, you're actually guided into position, right? And that's a position energetically and a position in the physical world. People get guided to move locations, and follow that guidance if you're getting that. Don't and ah over it. Don't go with the logical or the rational. Don't be like, oh, well, my job's here, so I've got to stay here. If you hate that job and it's a shit job and you don't want that job, and you know you want to do different work, then move, because the different work will come when you move. If you're feeling like you need to move, if you're feeling guided to move, move. Don't go against it with like, well, I've got to stay here in this drudgery slave job because this pays the bills here. Because if you move, you might not need to have a drudgery slave job to pay the bills wherever you go, because they're going to set you up with whatever you need to thrive and survive in wherever you go. Your guidance is always right, okay? It's always on. The thing that is opposing it, the ego, is the thing that you don't want to be listening to, basically. The fear is what you don't want to listen to. Don't keep yourself small, because when you could grow bigger somewhere else. This whole journey is about coming into power, right? It's like sometimes you've got to dig a ditch, right? Where they're showing the spade. The digging the ditch, yes, it's hard work. Moving house is hard work. Moving towns, moving cities, moving countries, which we can't really do right now. But we can put into place apparatus for doing those things, and you certainly can still move in your own country to a different location, right? So do the work. That's what the spade and the fork are about. It's about doing the work to set yourself up in position, completion in the physical world for where you're meant to be for your reunion to take place. If you're going to let go of this separation, let's have one more. There is that you have to work with your higher self, right? Hanged man process. So it's part of the process. Anything else? Moon. What's unseen and what's coming as well. And completion again. 10 of Cups, completion emotionally. Comes from the process. Comes from what's unseen. It's not about the physical. Ego would have you stay wherever you are for the rest of your life and just doing whatever you're doing, even if you don't like it. Ego would always do that because it's always in fear. But you can use your willpower with your higher self to move, and to move with the moon, move with the tides, move with the waves, the intuition, move with the energy, move with the feeling. Emotional completion is moving with the feeling. Follow your feelings. That's following the flow. Right? Before you follow your higher guidance, which is the voices and the cognizance and the sentience, you're going with your emotions because it's the closest thing to what is coming from source, apart from vibration. All right, so that's it. I'll leave it there for Gemini. Don't fight yourself. That's what the cross is about. Don't fight yourself on what is following your heart. Okay? Lots of love. See you in the next one.